everyone, today I'll be reviewing this brand new documentary. It is on Netflix and it's called The Crash. And yes, when this was coming on Netflix, I had no idea what was it about. But after watching it, like after watching the 5 minutes of it, I was just like, oh wow, are we watching this oh wow, this high profile case happened in 2022 when this Mackenzie Shirilla, she was driving her car like 100 miles per hour and crushing her car to this brick wall, killing her boyfriend and also her friend. The both of them die on the car accident, but she was still alive. Of course, she was arrested, and later on she was convicted of like killing these two peoples, and she is sentenced to jail for 15 years. Also, I think she was convicted of 12 felonies. And yeah, this documentary, watching it, I was just like, first act for this, I was just like, wow, this girl Mackenzie, she's watching this documentary. First act is really piss audience off. Like, as the audience, I just like, why am I watching? This is very unnecessary document, if I'm being honest here, because this girl, although it really starts with like she's this full of life, blah blah online person, but as it goes on, like when you hear, especially toward the end, when we hear all these parents, their testimony and how like her relationship with her boyfriend Dominic in this, I was like, what am I watching here? This psycho killer, like she's like this documentary, the way Netflix made me very uncomfortable, if I'm being honest here. A lot of people will feel uncomfortable watching this because end of the day, all the evidence points, she was guilty and she did like kind of like a pre-plan this to kill him, and like also took innocent this boy his life also. So like listening to even this two innocent boy, like their parents' side story is also give you chill. You're just like, what? That means Mackenzie, her parents though still think like she's innocent, so they're still planning to appeal. So that is like, oh wow, like her parents are the real bad people here, like because they don't believe she did anything like intentionally. And like the Dominic, their parent is like, she's sentenced to jail only 15 years. Like it's not that long. And after 15 years, she will be out from the jail. She will be only 34 or something. And she can live on her life. That is how Dominic parents are thinking. Because every time, they go back to the court and appeal, all these things comes back for these people. You feel their pain when you watch it. Their kid was murdered by her and the parents doesn't believe. Obviously, Mackenzie and the Dominic, the relationship was toxic. Yes, that's true. But still, you have no right to do this, especially killing innocent people in the process. And when you see some of the text here, like, whoa, she was very this controlling and everything. She was like really threatening him, and he was scared of her sometime. But later on, we see that the Mackenzie parents saying that he was also threatening her. So obviously, this both party believe their kids is innocent. So end of the day, Dominic case, he's not alive anymore. So then to going back to court every time, reappealing and all these things comes out, it is quite painful for these people, So I was feeling their pain. Same time, I can believe Netflix give this girl this platform. This documentary will, it's really very hard to watch. What is the point of this documentary? That is what I was thinking whole time, because, this girl, she is really crazy. And if you see all the evidence is point toward her, she is being guilty. So I don't know what is the point of this documentary. Maybe it's also wanted to tell people like how her parents, like Mackenzie parent, is trying to protect her from this verdict. Like she only got 15 years. That's nothing. So I don't see what is the big deal here if she does serve this 15 years. But her parents believe she isn't. So I once again, this documentary is really is very tragic story which I agree. But end of the day, you are giving this girl a platform because she loves, looks like she loves the camera. The documentary even points out she was this always was recording herself and doing. I honestly did thought she was really crazy. Wow, she was so skinny, man. She was this crazy person. But what she has done is even more vicious. So it's hard to be watching this person who is, that she is really mean, and giving this kind of people like a platform on Netflix is really wrong. That is what I'm gonna say about this documentary. This documentary felt wrong watching. Although I could see this becoming a hit on Netflix because Netflix, that's how it goes. Most people watching this documentary, like, you don't immediately think about the case took place in Ohio, but after listening to her, and like, even you listen to her friend, you're like, what are you guys trying to say here? You know what I mean? Like she was driving that car 100 per hour per kilometer. Like, how can you be like she be innocent? She did it on purpose, and like, that's what you think. And giving this kind of person a platform on Netflix is wrong. That is what I'm gonna say here. So I felt really bad watching this. All I was thinking about these people, the people who lost their child, you feel their pain. You don't feel Mackenzie, her pain. You just see her as this mean monster, which I guess that is what I was thinking, honestly. Like, I don't want her to be appealing and bothering these parents again. Then again, her parents really believe she's innocent. So yeah, they really believe that. So well, she's a really spoiled child. Maybe like her parents should have talked to her about stuff, but like maybe they don't think she needed talk. So there's all kind of wrong people out there, and this parent felt like, wow. And I just have to ask Netflix, why you made this, giving her platform to talk about. Netflix, you really bad. This case is bad. This story doesn't need telling. Like, what? I definitely think it's not like, of course you want to hear the victim parent's side, but I don't want to hear her side. You know what I mean? That's why, yeah, I felt weird. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this documentary? If you enjoyed this review, don't watch other reviews on other show. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, and try. So next time, please take